Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of SOC Analysis 0 to Certified series. Today we are defining against one of the most famous vulnerabilities, SQL Injection or SQL Injection. For our Splunk Core Certified User exam, today's topic is using field and field extraction. When hacker attack a website, their malicious code is buried deep inside a massive string of the URL text. As a blue team analyst, you can't build dashboards or alerts this massive text. Today I'm gonna to show you how to rip the SQL payload out of the raw logs using a regular expression, turn into a searchable Splunk Field and general SOC report. Let's jump into the attacking machine. To make the attack real, we need to teach your Ubuntu web server how to read PHP and give a vulnerable login PHP. First of all, go to apt update. Perfect. And to create a vulnerable web page, first we need to create a quick dump login script. Okay, I cut the video to save time, but I wrote this code for login request received for user. It get the username, else access denied. Please provide a valid username or a username. Okay, Control O, Enter Control X. Remember that. We restart the Apache systemctl. And now our Ubuntu server is now actively hosting a PHP login page ready to be attacked. We are inside the Kali Linux. I've configured our target Ubuntu web server to host a basic PHP login portal. A normal user login in would look like this. Curl HTTP. This is our IP for Ubuntu. I put it in inside the double quotation. Now, as you can see, login request received for user admin. That's perfect. The server actually responds acknowledging the user admin. But as an attacker, I want to bypass the database logic, and I'm gonna to inject a classic SQL payload with a or 1 equal 1 minus minus. By injecting this into the username field, the database evaluate 1 equal 1, which is always true, granting us unauthorized access. Let's curl it again, but I put or plus. Okay, I just put the or plus 1 equal 1 plus minus minus. Okay, login request received for user admin with a quotation or and other. But let's type and run the second payload. I'm using the database script, which I think you know about it. At least you just have some knowledge about it. Every hacker and every cybersecurity engineer knows about it, at least a little. Plus user plus minus minus, and It says login request received for user admin, and we can send this script. Actually, I fired two different payloads. Now, here's a technical details you must know. Browser automatically convert a space and symbols into web safe text. This is called URL encoding. A space becomes a plus or percentage 20. Keep this in mind because when we switch to Splunk, the payload is gonna to look a little different. Let's Splunk turn on. And I'm gonna to pull up our web logs and especially look for our login page. Let's type index. Now, right away, we see the attack, and just like we predict, the payload is URL encode. We see admin plus or plus 1 equal 1 plus minus minus. Let me show you. Look at this. This is URL. Now, we're looking at the interesting field menu on the left side on the screen. For the certification exam, you need to know the Splunk automatically extract a standard field like a client IP or source type host and the attacker's IP on the host, for example. In the client IP, you can see whole IP and the HTTP response and the status. If interesting field can extract that. But look closely, Splunk did not extract our SQL payload. If I want to calculate how many times we were attacked, I can't because the payload is stuck inside the raw text string. We have to extract it manually. To fix this, we're gonna to use the regex command, which is standard regular expression. Regex tell Splunk exactly how to read a string of the text. I'll add the pipe and type. And let me break down this syntax because understanding this make you highly valuable SOC analysis. The username here, tell Splunk scan the log until you find the exact word, and this part, tell Splunk takes the data that comes next and create a brand new field called SQL Payload, like this. And end of the script is a regex logic that means keep capturing characters until you hit an empty space. When we hit the search, look at the interesting field here. We have a brand new field called SQL Payload here. As you can see, we now understand how I calculate and how much the values we are. For example, admin was 33 percentage, admin with a plus or with 30 percentage, and admin with plus union select all was 33 percentage that were equal. Now we can perfectly capture our two different attacks. Now, the Splunk understand the data and the difference between them. We can use a statistical command, another major topic of the Splunk exam. And I don't just want to see the log. I just want to count out exactly how many times the attacker use each payload. I'm gonna to add a state. We are in the statistics tabs because we use a state count, and I also add another pipe. We add the count column, and that's why because I want to put the highest number at the top. And you can look at this beautiful format table. It shows that the hacker's IP, the exact SQL injection they used, and how many times they fired it. Finally, as an analyst, we need to send this data to manage in the top right. Finally, as an analyst, you need to send this data to management. In the right, we have a save as and report. We choose a name, injection attempts by IP, for example. And here in this tab we have a report. We can save it, that you can schedule to run automatically, for example every day, every week, it doesn't matter. Okay, we can go to reports. You can see we add the report. Because my license has been expired, I couldn't modify the time and how to send the report. For example, you can send the report via email. You can make a PDF, you can make a HTML file, but I try to show you in the next video with a Splunk Enterprise. Then let's recap the Splunk Core exam concept we covered today. We navigate the interesting field sidebar. We use the Regex command to custom field extraction. We use the state count by command to organize our extract field. We save our finding as a formal report, and you also got a deep dive into URL encoding and SQL injection. As always, the full lab architect and the Splunk queries are in the link in the description. And next week in episode 3, we're gonna look at the privilege escalate and how to configure automate real-time Splunk alert. Hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.